Oh, and I'm gonna bring up the whole thing before the whole Top Dogs podcast became a thing. We had this meeting. We were going out in the middle of the night at Atlanta to go to this restaurant. What was the restaurant called?
Was it
God.
Cuts Steakhouse,
Oh.
something like that?
Yeah, I think it was Cuts.
Yes,
By the
the
way,
food was bomb.
it was a bomb. Colton, we're doing that again next year, by the way.
Yeah. What surprised me the most
Absolutely.
was the the pork belly. The pork belly was great.
Oh my god, I never had bacon that good.
It
in my
was a
life.
very thick. It was a very thick slab of bacon. I was kind of upset they didn't give us more.
Yeah, honestly, if I knew it was that good beforehand, I might just order like 3 plates of that instead of just steak. Steak was fine, but that pork belly was
I think
the
it was
bomb.
caramelized too. I'm not. It was definitely some caramel on it, or maybe some brown sugar.
Yeah,
It
they
was
definitely
really
used
good.
brown sugar somewhere, but whatever it was.
And then we had our waitress, which she was probably the coolest waitress out of all people that we would have.
Right.
I guess we were really, really lucky. The thing is, we weren't even wearing fursuits. We were just dressed like normal people.
Didn't we have our badge? No, I didn't. Yeah, that's right. I didn't have my badge on because I was like, oh, it's a nice place. I must be dressed properly for this time and place. Alright, but yeah, I didn't. I just wore like normal, like just typed clothes. That's all I did.
You wore your polo shirt. I think it was
Yeah, I
blue.
gotta look fancy. It was that teal shirt and white pants I had on.
And he,
Yeah, look
I
at
might have
that
been the
shirt.
giveaway.
yeah, you were.
I was wearing
I-
like khaki pants, and then I had like a Nomad Complex cheeser, like a long sleeve on. But I do remember that she did ask us why we were in town, or like, oh, you know, what brings you to Atlanta, or whatever. And then we mentioned that we were here for the furry convention.
and she was
But
all
yeah.
about it. She thought it was cool.
Exactly.
She was very chill.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy that place is like right down the street. You don't have to go too far for it. It's like what a 3-minute walk from the hotel at most.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the best thing about it.
I think when we were having that discussion about, because it was our quote-unquote secret meeting that nobody needed to be a part of, because we were planning this entire thing, what we were going to talk about and stuff like that, and usual, and then she just comes around and just being really awesome to us. She deserved that 20% tip. That was good. I hope to see her again.
absolutely.
That's for sure. I don't know if she'll be there next year, but I hope we do see her again.
Oh no, I'd love to have her as a waitress again because she was just so fun. She was so fun to talk to.
Oh yeah, I think she gave you. And then, did she serve us alcohol? You just had coffee and water.
Was it you, Conrad? Or did
You
have
did.
coffee
It was
too?
you that had
Yeah.
alcohol.
I had
You
a
had
glass
wine.
of I had a glass of wine. That's when she was like, that's when she saw that I was from Minnesota, and she's like, "Oh, what brings you guys here?" But yeah, really good wine. I liked it.
Mhm. Yeah, she literally asked all of us individually where we are from. You said Minnesota. I said Tennessee.
Right.
You said Florida. It was,
Yeah,
and then that's
Florida,
when the whole
unfortunately.
conversation. But then we got to dessert, and it was delicious. It was that brownie with ice cream. That was delicious.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And you were worried
Mm.
about Colton eating the peanuts in it?
Yeah, because if you guys don't know, Colton has a peanut allergy, and he saw it, and I was so worried he ate some, and I was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" Literally every 5 minutes, and he says, "I'm fine." I was so worried about him. Which, to be honest, he thought it was kind of cute that I was that worried.
Wow, you being
Yeah.
cute, I can't imagine.
Shh.
I mean, you are too, Colton, so you can't say much.
But but like we went to. I was gonna bring up another the furry parties that we went to. I think we got kicked out the first one. before we can
We
just,
did. Yeah, we were because they were
not for
ending the
bad
party
reasons. Not for bad reasons. Trust, it was not for bad reasons.
We didn't get. Okay, I'm not gonna say. They were ending the party very quickly. Like when we got there,
Yes.
they were about to go to bed. It was like, I mean, hell, it was what 12:30, 1 a.m. at night. But to be fair, for a furry con, that usually means nothing to no one. But I guess they were going to bed early.
Yeah, which I respected. They told us to kindly leave, and we did. It just out of respect. That is their hotel room, and they paid for it. So much respect to that. Then we went to our second one, and that.
I was gonna say we saw Daxter just sitting on the ground when we got there.
Oh, Daxter and Conrad were sitting on the ground. He was.
Oh, that's right,
you
you
guys
both-
were there the longest.
Oh yes, that was Ben's room.
They were
That's
done
right.
for the
They're
day.
getting ready to. They're getting ready to shut down. That party was going for a while. Yeah.
How
That was
long
cool.
exactly?
I got to see. Oh God. Well, it's hard to remember, but I want to say at least like probably 3-4 hours. It had to been at least like 4 hours long.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's a lot of people there. I got to meet Chaotic K9, which was really cool. We got to talk a little bit. Then I met another dude that was really chill, and we were talking about cars and whatnot. So that was pretty cool too. I think he had. What did he have? Oh, he has a Miata. He had a new Miata project car that he
Oh.
got, so that was really cool. But yeah, it was a really cool party. They had a really
Mhm.
beautiful view of Atlanta too. I mean, it was like a panoramic view of the skies, like the skyscrapers and the cityscape. I thought that was really neat.
I do. wanna
Their
get a,
room was so freaking huge, though.
Oh no, yeah, sweets.
Yeah.
The sweets there are amazing. It's just to get them, you actually have to like email Tiger Nick, which he's the one that runs the entire con. Well, him and the other person, just can't remember at the moment. But you have to email them. They put you on the list, and then they ask you if you want the suite and all. Because I tried 2 times in the past, and I got it, but the people I were rooming with were like, "Eh, we can't afford it," so I had to like drop it off. But that's how you get the suites there.
Hmm.
And they're actually not too expensive, like for a lot of people. Like for I think the 5 nights there from Wednesday to Monday, it's like $2,500. Now it's a lot. Don't get me wrong, for a room. The BLFC is worse, which I think you both went last year, right?
I didn't go to BLC yet. I was.
Oh
I
yeah,
think I was
Golden Ed.
supposed
Yeah.
to go. I'm
For
supposed to go
Sweet-
this year, but I can't because I don't have my knees right now, and I need to save up to go to Maryland for my college semester.
Ah, that's true. But so suites at BLFC are like over $5,000 because it's a casino, so it's much more expensive.
God
Wow.
damn.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 year maybe, but I'm fine with just staying in a normal room. Including this is the first year I'm going, so I'll see how it is first. I just want to enjoy the con
Hmm.
first.
Oh yeah, I think we all did. Then yeah, during the second furry party we went to, it smelled nothing but alcohol in there. And lemon. A lot of lemon and lime. Oh god. I think Cad was in there too. I think we asked did we ask Cad if we could go to the second party, or you knew somebody?
That was probably my friend. That was probably my friend Airwolf. They go to like a lot of the big conventions, and they throw a room party every time. And then that's the gang of the people from something called Golden Udon in VR, like a group of people, I guess. But yeah, they have a few professional bartenders in there. They have all their gear, everything set up, tons of bottles, and yes, that room smelled very strong of alcohol.
Like
But,
I was like, god dang.
Yeah. It's always fun to hang out with them, though. But yeah, it was a
And
pretty fun
then
time.
it was Daxter was there, and then we met an artist who sounded like he was from either was he British or was he Australian?
Oh, I don't remember. But I know Luca.
You know exactly
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Luca
Yeah.
Sundin.
I thought he was cool.
Yeah, we became friends on VR chat. That's always another fun thing about cons is when you get the opportunity to meet new people and build a friendship, like starting IRL and then bring it into VR. It's always really
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
It's weird though. Like I met both of you in real life. I mean, we actually technically met on VR chat, from different. I'm not sure how exactly you and I met in VR chat.
I still remember the
Um,
map. It was in a murder 4 party like room. We were in the same room as Arcanine.
Oh, Scorch Arc and I. Well, that's true. Then that's how we met. And then I think you instantly recognized me.
Oh yeah, you're easy to recognize. To be fair.
And that's how you and I started talking. And then I think you met Conrad through me. I met Conrad from a friend, I think, who invited you to come hang out. It was, was it the Nardo Dragon dude?
I remember the first time I saw you actually was in the Klaus house, the world that Klaus made. But I don't think we got the opportunity to like talk or anything at that point. I'm trying to remember like how we met exactly.
We were
But
chilling
I think you're
in
right.
we were chilling in my home world. That was how when we technically started talking. I think I was chilling on that bed, and just watching YouTube videos. That was it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was
Jasper.
definitely an experience. Jasper, yes. I haven't talked to Jasper in a while. He's probably upset about that.
I can't remember. I
you know
think
Jasper
I can't remember
too.
the world name. I remember the name. There's a lot of people in me out here. Unfortunately, I can't remember their names. I feel bad. But I know
And
Conrad. I met. Wasn't it Klaus' house? It was a world I'd never been to before. It was like you go in a house, then you go out to a field, and there's a tree house.
oh, that's
that was the
cat's house.
That's where I met you, Conrad. That's for sure. Because they were
By the way,
watching
he
like.
still needs to fix that. He still needs to fix that grass texture. It's too much.
Oh yeah, that. That's the one thing I remember about that world. It's grass. There's so much grass.
Oh man, it was. But when we did meet in real life, I don't know, we for some reason got closer after we met in real life.
Right.
To be fair,
Yeah,
that's
that
usually how it
happened.
works.
We basically, if you were trying to separate me or Whiplash, we were attached to the hip. We went everywhere together.
Yeah, from the day you got there on
Aw.
Friday and Saturday and Sunday, me, you, and Colton just spent a lot of time together. Actually, same with Andreas. Andreas always came by my room.
You would have probably been the same way if you remembered and weren't dragged by virality stuff.
Yeah. They did have me working every day. That was set up. But yeah, I wish we would have had the opportunity to hang out a little bit more than we did, but that'll be for the next con.
Yeah, that's
For
definitely
sure.
for sure. I do it again at FWA next year. Let's see. And then I think you dressed in your Himbo Hooters outfit, which, by the way, you really wanted me to be a part of that.
You showed me the shirt that you
I
were
did
gonna
show
look,
you
that
the
you're
shirt.
looking at, and you should have bought it because it had been perfect. I'm
should
sorry, it fit so well.
The two Himbo Hooters outfits that we were going to wear. I wasn't budging because I was afraid of how I might look to people. But all in all, it was all in good fun until I realized I was like, damn, maybe I should have. It was just funny.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, at a furry convention, the one thing you have to remember is, since most of them are usually adult orientated, seeing that kind of stuff is fun. Especially if you're
Mhm.
using it for fursuit purposes or just wearing it normally.
Yeah, and then we
Right.
went to the Hooters with Colton, me, you,
I
Andreas.
think we went just a bit too early, honestly, for that.
Yeah, we did. It was
Like, we
like
went-
maybe 11 o'clock. You were disappointed because you weren't getting any reactions.
I wasn't. Also, I'm not gonna lie, so this is probably definitely more on the femboyish side, but when I got back, how Andreas, like, he, like, dressed me up in the stockings, and I had my Under Armour on just to make it look more better in suit.
Mhm.
So, when I got home, I decided to actually buy arm warmers and leggings. Like
Yeah,
red and black leggings. Yeah.
The one that he gave you was not fitting you properly. He had to literally drag that whole legging up up your thighs because it kept going down.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got thick thighs. All right. Muscles.
My legs are thicker than yours.
Oh yeah, but that's because muscle. Andreas don't have that like thickness as we do.
Legs. Always work out your legs if you go to the gym. Nobody likes chicken
well.
legs.
Oh no, mine are just like, like they're like breasts. They're thick, just succulent.
What do you mean by breast? You talking chicken
They're
breast
size-
or?
Yeah, like a chicken breast,
Oh,
like a
whoa.
size of breast. Like you want the biggest piece, right? You get the biggest piece, and not drumsticks. Oh, turkey legs. There we go, the turkey legs.
I need a contact for that one. I was like, what do you mean?
But yeah, so now I have leggings, like actual leggings and arm warmers that I'm gonna wear whenever I wear the himbo outfits without my suit, just to see how it looks. It's gonna be so weird.
It's gonna look very, very weird. Also, shout out to my good friends Lazy and Koenig for having a good time with us. Surprisingly, Lazy was more introverted than I thought he was. I wish he was, a part of the conversation more, but Koenig was the sweetest person at the gun, that's for sure. He was always the
Koenig,
most
yeah.
laid back. I'm surprised he kept that whole fursuit on when he was talking to us in the room. He kept having the whole thing on besides the fursuit he had when he was drinking the beer. I actually bought him some craft beer that was only $10 and I thought that was cool.
So the hardest part, like the hottest part about suiting, which you should know, is the head. To be honest,
It is the
and
head.
as long as you can take off the head and just zip down a suit, you're good to go for a bit. Like when I was in your room, I did that for like 2 hours. I was in that suit for 7 hours that entire day. Like from time I left my room till I went back to the room. As long as you do that, like take a break to yourself and go to the fursuit lounge, you can stay in suit all day. You just have to hydrate, take time to cool off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that day I actually wasn't as sweaty as I thought it would be. Like the other few days I was there, I was sweaty. Then I wasn't.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I
What, do
feel
you
like
do
if you take
Botox?
like I feel like if you take like a 15-30 minute break, like a 15-20 minute break, like hour and a half, you can survive in that suit all day, honestly. But it
I
is
want to
like
get
Atlanta.
It is Atlanta.
Yeah, it's the south. It's hot. You're in Tennessee, you should know.
Yeah, I know.
Humidity rules everything. And then
It does.
Megaplex is worse because it's in
Florida.
August in Florida.
Oof.
Orlando.
I mean, Megaplex not a bad con, and the hotel is actually very nice. I enjoyed it a lot. But it's the fact to get to con space, you have to walk out of one of the towers, go to the con space outside in suit, then you're there. Yeah.
Really? Imagine just full fursuiting in the middle of the summer in Florida weather. Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine what most of you have to go through just to do that. It's very intense.
Used to it.
Used to it. And
I'm
I
just
want to
used to it at
move
this
down
point.
to Orlando. That's my final goal is just to move down to Orlando.
Yes. Also, I know you saw that post I made today. I knew it. Florida drivers are the worst. I knew it.
I don't know. I still think South Carolina ones are the worst. I used to live there, so
Yes,
when
but
I was in high school at that time. I was going to high school in South Carolina, but it's pretty bad, especially on the interstates.
I mean, like I said, in Orlando, it honestly seems like people go into a DM, or not DM, fuck me, DMV. They go into a DMV. The person behind the desk looks at them. The person looks at them. And they're like, get out of here. And throw a license at them without even testing them. Like, that's how bad to me
Jeez.
Orlando is. Like, I love driving. And after one day driving, I literally put my keys down. I just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. These people suck.
It was stressful.
It was horrible. Like, but you know, I still enjoyed Megaplex for itself. Like, it's fun to go around the city. Like, thing is, between like Atlanta and Megaplex Atlanta, you have walking distances of restaurants and bars and stuff like that you can go to. Megaplex, you actually have to drive different places or get pizza delivered to your hotel, but that's about it.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because
not
Orlando's a
talk about
bigger
pizza.
city. What?
don't talk about pizza. I haven't eaten only one meal today, and this fasting diet is kicking my butt, so to speak.
Oh, I bet.
That's why I've been drinking a lot of water.
If you get anxiety,
I ate
that'll help.
so much. I ate so much food that at FWA.
Oh, same.
All I did was eat food and a lot of coffee.
And I found biscuit cookies are so good. Or Biscoff cookies are so delicious. Oh. I'm so tempted to
Delicious.
go down to Publix and buy some.
Oh yeah, that's true. Publix rules in Florida. That's all
They do.
there
Pub
is.
subs. Pub
Yeah.
subs.
Pub subs are way better than the ones at Subway, but we're getting off topic here. Anything that we wanted to add on FWA? Anything else?
I'm trying to see, especially for people who want to go to FWA for the first year. So, in my time of going to FWA, if you're wanting to go to FWA and if you're driving there and not flying there, but if you're also flying there, you don't have to take an Uber or a Lyft to the hotel. There's a tram system that actually runs from the airport to the hotel. You run from the airport station all the way to Peachtree Center. Peachtree Center connects itself to the actual hotel, so you don't have to spend, like a $30, $40 Lyft ride there. So it's more extra money in your pockets. But if you drive there, in my opinion, and this has happened in past cons at that hotel, is sometimes people have actually gotten into the garage and broken into cars and stuff, and that's never fun. But I normally park at a MARTA station, which is what Atlanta's transportation system is. I usually go to Sandy Springs MARTA station, park there, never had an issue there, and just take the tram station to Peachtree Center. It's it's $25 for 5 days if you stay there from Wednesday to Monday. And it's $5 for the tram ticket. So it's actually pretty cheap altogether. But that's my opinions. Because if you do park at the Marriott, it's $25, $30, $40 a day to park there. So it's just expensive.
Yeah.
I would say for me, if you guys would want to go to FWA, anybody who's watching this, I would say the best part is that the panels down there were great. There was a lot of panels, and from there was dancing, there was our panel that was a great. That's another story.
Some interesting panels.
Some interesting panels that we ran. We didn't go to all of them, of course. We only went to. We were a part of one panel. We were a part of another TikTok panel that someone else was doing. There was 4 people that were doing it, and who else was there? I don't remember.
Andres' panel.
Oh yes, Andres. Well, that's the Drag Queen show.
Yeah, true.
And then we went to the Feraldi meetup. I guess that's technically stage, not really panel.
Yeah, it was an all weekend event.
But that's all the ones we did. Not discrediting the other ones. I'm pretty sure they were just as interesting, but that was all the ones that we could possibly do.
There's going to be a panel for everyone there. There was quite a few this year, that's for sure. So, if you're looking for something special, there's going to be one out there for you. There was one just for Mississippi first, and I have zero idea who's from Mississippi. So, if that can happen, then there's obviously something out there for you to go check out. And there's no shortage of anything to do with that con, that's for sure. You have so much to do.
When we did our panel, I didn't really see Conrad there. I was wondering if it was because he was busy.
Oh yeah, that was when I was actually sleeping it off. The alcohol combined with the Mary Jane. And I was really sad too. I remember telling Cad that because Cad and a bunch of people, Taizu, Hige, a couple of our other friends were, they brought me back to that room and they told me, all right, you stay here, get some rest, and then we're going to your guys' panel. And I was like, wait, what? He's like, no, you stay here and you rest. I'm like, oh, because I really wanted to go. I felt bad that I couldn't make it,
Taizu
but
was probably the most positive guy during the
oh yeah,
whole
he's a great
time that
guy.
he was hanging out with us. I liked his energy. It was always happy, always positive. I'm surprised he soldiered through the alcohol he went through and still was able to put on a smile and be positive about it. That's
Right.
one tough dude. Hige was very laid back. God, these two guys were so short compared to me. I thought they'd be taller.
Look, I'm sorry, me and Conrad are 5'8", all right? Or Conrad, what, you're 5'9"?
Yeah, 5'8".
I'm 6'1".
Okay, well,
I'm tall.
yeah,
Sort of.
short dudes exist. Short dudes exist. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised how many people have asked us to take pictures with them. Like, they recognized us. And I was like, eh. Like, well,
I mean,
day
it's
one,
nice.
technically day one, I was getting noticed more than you were. You didn't even get anything, and I felt bad. But
No, it's
then
fine.
the second
People
day
know
came
me.
along. The second day
Yeah,
came along, and then that's when people noticed.
Yeah,
And then
people. I was gonna say people still recognize my old fursuit more than my new one still. So one night, like apparently my friend was wearing it at that rave, and someone just came up to them, was like, "Oh my god, I love your videos," and he didn't know how to
Aw.
like react to it.
Jesus, we had an imposter among us. It's kind
Pretty
of
much.
sus, bro.
I still wanted like when he was wearing my suit, I still wanted to wear my like fursuit too, like just go out as like twinsies, I guess. Because the first night we did it, there were still people there from a previous convention that was happening, or it was still happening that day and Friday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday night we went out, and people like people who you think wouldn't like furries or even be interested in our hobby were so fun and so nice to meet. They were so like positive about the entire like convention going on and just all of us being there. That night I was gotten so many pictures of just random people, just me and him. It was just such a fun time. That's one
Oh,
thing
yeah.
you'll run into too at that con is you always will get there when another convention or like a meetup is happening with like companies and such are ending, and they just get to see furries and they're just like so excited to see it because it's something interesting to them.
Oh yeah. It is
So
definitely
you should
interesting.
try. You should try to get there Wednesday next year. You'll see.
Oh yeah, I should.
The sign
But the
convention.
thing is though, is that me and Colton didn't really think it was really worth it because nobody's technically there. People
Oh, there's a
usually
lot of
peak
people there. It's Wednesday.
between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it kind of goes down after Sunday.
So another thing too is I recommend coming in Wednesday because not many people come in on Wednesday. So to get registered for the hotel and get your room is much easier. Especially with this year, they were
True.
not prepared. They were not prepared. So I still recommend coming in Wednesday for FWA. Now the registration line was hella quick this year, which I can not comprehend on them, but I can applaud them for that. That's for sure because they were quick. Still Wednesday.
But I wanted to bring up another thing. It was one of the cons I mentioned sometime before we started this. I'm not sure. I didn't see the video, but then I saw another video of a person explaining that somebody was hogging one of the elevators to do their TikTok video, which was, to be honest, kind of rude that they did that. They were blocking it off when people would needed to go.
Yeah, don't, especially at a furry convention, never, especially when it's only transportation to get to your rooms besides, and stairs, but not everyone's going to want to take the stairs, especially those who might be inebriated or might be fursuiting or just maybe carrying a bunch of items on them. Just don't be that person blocking an elevator for your own purpose and time, because especially at a con that big, No, nah, I just see that as a, like, in my opinion, just a crappy move on someone's part.
Yeah,
Right.
it
Like, I had
is.
an idea for like an elevator thing, but I was like, you know what? Nah, it's not worth it. Like, I wasn't gonna
I didn't want to
be like
be
that
that
person
type
and
of
block.
dude.
Exactly.
I
Well,
didn't see
my
the
idea still
video.
was, huh? Oh, his. I don't even know who it is, anyways.
I don't either. But I will say to the person, if they did do the elevator video, just to the general audience, please do not try to bully the person at fault for that. If they did that, we won't recommend you do that. It's not nice.
Yeah, don't
Let's
go
just say that.
if you find a video on TikTok, just don't go to them and be like, "Oh, you should never done this," and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
don't
Just
bully them. Don't be cyber bullies.
don't don't
Yeah.
be a dick to them. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just go past it. Don't worry. Don't even like look at it. Just they thought it was worth their time, but what they didn't realize is it was ruining like other people's. Okay, there we go. I'm so
Oh,
tired. of
you
Rich.
had a little moment he crashed there. What did you do to him, Conrad? Did you give him your problem?
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
You affected my
promise.
Wi-Fi. We were laughing too hard at him the other day, and now it's just like coming back at us.
Right.
Karma
It's the karma.
You. It's coming back to you, not me. I didn't do anything.
You and Colin were laughing so hard. I don't want to hear it.
Oh yeah, that video, we probably already posted that to TikTok. I think it's gonna be funny.
No,
Can't wait people
but
to see
still.
that.
Just like when it goes to come to cons, don't like block transportation for people who are like going through their rooms to the actual cons place. Like, don't do that. Or just transportation anywhere. Like, if just don't be in people's ways that are much needed. Like, if you're gonna be out of the way, sure, go ahead. That's what most furries do. They make videos. They either do it in their hotel room or they do it in a spot that's not being, crowded up by other people. That's what you're supposed to do because you're out of the way of other people. You can make your video about any issues, and it's a win-win situation. But yeah, that was just
Not nice. Not very
Yeah.
nice. I still don't know if they did it or not, but just to clarify, that's all.
yeah, very true.
What was another thing that we had going on? Yeah, let's talk about the story. You being sick after drinking so much alcohol, that's very mild compared to what this boy Conrad did.
That's true.
Oh
Yeah. Well, what ended up going down was
You didn't
I was at the VR
mean
chat
it for it to
meetup.
happen.
No, it wasn't intentional. It was more just user error, I guess, with a certain like vape device. But yeah. Basically, I was invited to a friend of mine's room for a couple drinks and just to hang out and make conversation and catch up on life and stuff. I hadn't really seen them in VR a whole lot for the past few months, actually, so it was really cool to see him there in person and get to meet them and say hi and meet his boyfriend. And so me and my friend Hige and Taizu, and we decided to go back to their room and have a couple drinks. A couple other guys from the VR chat meetup joined us as well. We got to know them a little bit better and become friends, and we had a good time, but it was a lot of hard liquor in their room. I had a bunch of Jameson mixed with Sprite or
I like how you
whatever
said
other
hard
chasers
liquor.
they had.
I like how you say hard liquor, but when I was seeing you drink at those parties, it was White Claw.
Oh yeah, that was in Ben's room. Yes, they had I think they had White Claws, and they also had like Michelob Ultra in the cans, and then something else. But in this particular room, they didn't have any like beer or anything. So I was just mixing like Jameson with
there we go.
some chasers,
Just trying to drink some water.
like Sprite, Mountain Dew, stuff like that. And next thing you know, we're all buzzing pretty good. I could tell I was definitely getting there. I was getting drunk, and then my friend Coyote, his boyfriend, had a vape. And I use a vape, and I have a bad addiction to nicotine, which I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to quit, but And unfortunately, when it comes to flying, I mean, you can bring one with, but it has to be in a checked bag. It can't be on a carry-on, and I had a carry-on, so I had to leave it home. So I'm like, hey man, is it okay if I hit that a couple times? You know, he's like, oh yeah, yeah, sure, you know, whatever. And so I'm hitting it, and I couldn't really get it to work. And next thing you know, there's like this wax stuff coming out of the, you know, the mouthpiece part, and I'm like, what the heck is this? And he goes, oh, that's Delta 8, you know, it's got THC in it. I'm like, oh, okay. But you know, I've had a couple handful of experiences with real marijuana before, so I'm not like really against it or anything. I definitely try not to. I try to avoid certain strains because there's one particular strain sativa which I had a really bad experience with, a lot of anxiety and stuff, which that can happen. But anyways, I couldn't get the vape to work. It wasn't vaporizing the juice, so I just kept trying and finally it was starting to pull. And it was more an issue too of me just being so used to ripping it constantly with a normal vape with just regular nicotine, and you can't really do that when there's THC involved because you're gonna feel it. You're gonna have a lot of, you know, milligrams in you, and unfortunately, the mixture of being drunk with the Jameson and then ripping that thing constantly, I don't even know how much I had, but before you knew it, I could just tell mentally that I was gone, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. And I went to give my coyote fursuiter friend a hug, and I brought it in, gave him a hug, and then in my head I was standing upright, but in reality I was actually pushing all of my weight onto him. He was slowly bringing me down to the ground. Taizu's behind me holding onto my shirt, trying to bring me back up. Next thing you know, the two of us are on the ground, and Taizu picks me back up, and everyone's like, Conrad, are you okay? Like, what just happened? And then I started getting concerned because everybody else was concerned, but I felt great.
Clearly.
Right. And then that's when Cad made the executive decision to bring me back to their room and have me just kind of sleep it off because he realized that I was too inebriated and I was gone. And I really am thankful for him, having him as a friend. He's a close friend of mine, and I'm really glad that he made that decision for me, so, you know, it avoided any other bad stuff from happening, because things got pretty crazy.
Told you to sleep it off.
Yep. So then I went back to their room, laid down, he took everything out of my pockets, put it on the counter, and then he told me, you know, we're going to Fiction's panel, and we'll be back soon after that. Just stay here, sleep it off. So they left. I laid there for a little bit, and the next thing you know, I'm like, oh no, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can feel it coming up, you know. And so I went to the bathroom, and I was in there for a while, and that wasn't a fun experience. And then my friend Robo and his gang of friends came in, and I just remember laughing a little bit because I'm like, oh god, they don't even know I'm in here. And so they're talking, they're hanging out in the room for a little while, and I came out of the bathroom, and then he goes, oh, Conrad, how did you get in here? So then I had to explain myself while I was still crossfaded. But I explained to them, like, you know, oh, Cad brought me here to sleep it off. I'm not doing too great, as you can tell. And they're like, oh, okay, that's okay. And I remember there's two people cuddling in the bed next to mine, and I laid down, and I kind of got into like the fetal position, sitting upright, and I was like rocking back and forth and stuff because the room was just spinning this way. It was spinning vertically, and the one person in the bed goes, oh, don't worry, honey, nobody ever died of marijuana. And I just yelled out loud, I'm like, that's not helping me. Oh. And then I kind of laid back down for a minute, and then next thing you know, I'm running to the bathroom again, and then Robo's like, oh no, there he goes. And then I got to the point where there was nothing left, and I literally yelled as I'm dry heaving, I'm like, there's nothing left. And Robo's like, oh, there's nothing left. Oh, drink water, it'll help. it'll help. So then I go to the sink and I'm like trying to drink all the water, and then I'm throwing up more, and you're right, like that process of drinking the water, it does help get rid of all the stuff inside, and I was able to just lay down after that. I didn't have to go to the bathroom after that point, but then I went and laid down, and I was just out like a light for about 6 hours. I woke up, it was 11:30 at night, and I think it was Andreas that was in the room getting ready and drag, and he goes, "Oh, good morning, honey. You have arisen from the dead." And in my head,
Andres.
because I didn't know Andreas, in my head I'm laying there saying, "Who are you? Where am I? How did I get here? What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, Andres knows exactly what
Oh.
to say in every moment.
That was
I love
great.
that boy, that's for sure.
I love that
But
boy
yes,
too.
that pretty much ruined my Saturday, and I'm really bummed that that did happen, because I mean, even though it was fun in the moment, things got too wild. I
Same.
got too out of hand. People got, CAD got videos that are now there forever, and they're being shared around with friends, and it's embarrassing. And I just kind of I regret it for sure. I wish I could have handled my stuff a little bit better, and definitely, I should have been a little bit more smart with the vape with the THC in it. I should have
Yeah.
known better that that was gonna come. The effects are gonna come over time. It's not gonna be immediate, so you need to be careful and kind of pace yourself with that, which I'm not used to doing. But
No, that's the thing.
yeah,
You
that was
also didn't know
definitely
how
a
much
wild
was in there.
experience. And that's another thing. I had no idea what the milligrams was or anything like that. So I have no idea how much I had. And it was really funny because I know literally the night before I left for the con, me and Fiction were here, and we were watching a YouTube video about
His weed
guy
story,
who
that
had a
one
nerd's
dude who
rope.
had weed. Yeah.
Yes, he ate a whole nerd's rope, and it had like, what was it, 500 milligrams or something like that? It was
400
ridiculous.
milligrams of weed.
Yeah.
It's ironic that you would be in the same situation as he
Just
is.
a few days later. And I couldn't have
Damn.
never predicted it either, and that's just the funniest part. It's like, wow, the irony there.
Oh yeah, I think he was. But the only thing that wasn't, I think you guys went through similar experiences where I didn't think you wanted to be touched. Like, from what
Yeah.
that one guy was explaining, he's like he didn't want to be touched. It was, he felt
Yeah,
like he also
like
got
for me-
chills. I didn't think you got
Yep.
that. Oh, you got that?
I had it when I did have it when I was in the bathroom and I was, throwing up. But it could have been just from that act of doing that as well. But the touch thing I could kind of relate to with the bed. Like, for some reason, the bed just could not feel comfortable at all. It just felt weird, and I felt tingly. Like, my lower extremities, my hands and my feet were tingling pretty bad. It was just a
Yeah.
very interesting experience.
You were just going through that one guy's experience where he could not feel comfortable. He even had to wear the
Right.
sweatshirt just to stay warm because he was
Yeah.
cold.
I was gonna say, I know how you feel about the chills thing. That's how I was feeling when I was in the bathroom. It's like throwing up makes you just feel cold for some reason. I guess because
Right.
you're like puking up everything that's in your body, so warmth
True.
is leaving you, I'm assuming. But yeah, I think before you guys came in that night, I think I passed out in the bathroom floor for like 15 minutes before I woke back up and did the same thing over again. I was
Conrad
yeah,
wasn't
that
there.
night.
It was just me and Andreas.
So yeah, that night was it was fun in the moment, but it ruined it for me, to say the least. Because I was gonna go
I
to Andres' panel, then there was a Kiyu Boys like rave I was gonna go to, and I just missed both of
Oh,
those
yeah.
because
Oh,
of
I
that.
missed that.
I was so bummed, yeah, because I missed your guys' panel. I missed, there's a few other events that I really wanted to go to that I ended up missing, and I was just like, no. So, I mean, at least I learned a lesson, you know what I mean? I learned a valuable lesson, and definitely next time, it's going to be alcohol
didn't.
only at cons. And I'm going to definitely do a better job at, pacing myself with that. I mean, usually I only have a few drinks anyways, but especially like in Arrow's room parties with the bartenders, they make those drinks really strong. Like I had one called Captain on Acid, which is like Captain Morgan mixed with like coconut and all this other stuff. It's really good, but they make their drinks really strong, so you definitely have to like, just have like one or two, and that'll be good. Trust me, that'll be good. But yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely learned a lesson
didn't-
there.
I didn't get drunk at all. As I was the quote unquote, I was the good boy, but I was the one that was serving the drinks that made you guys feel
You're a
inebriated.
responsible
Yeah.
adult. I don't feel like I
Responsible,
learned my
yes.
lesson because this is the second time I've done it. The first time I did know my limit though. I didn't
Mhm.
black out. I still remember what I did. The one that happened at SCMC, I took like in a row. I ate earlier that day, like around 1 o'clock. Party was at 9 o'clock at night. I took 7 shots. It's either whiskey or vodka.
Jesus.
I can't remember which one it was, but like within a 30 to 40 minute time zone. And after a 7th shot, I remember nothing. It was all done from there.
Yeah. I didn't go through that experience, thankfully. I didn't want to go through that experience because me personally, I just don't like the feeling of being drunk.
I do. It's fun. It's just I'm more of a social drinker, and I only drink when it comes to like conventions. Like I rarely drink when I'm at home or like with my friends. Like if we go to
Sure.
different places, I might get like a mixed drink, and that's it. And I don't get much from it. I just get like it tastes good. That's it. I drink it. That's it. Nothing happens to me. But when it comes to just like parties or just like social events, like at cons, it's just like something changes into me. It's like I need to drink everything like now. I need to have fun. But then the fun comes back up, so you know.
Yeah. That's one way to put it, but okay. This whole subject of just throwing up, I mean, that's definitely good content right there, guys.
Yeah.
It is. It's what you expect
Um,
at a furry convention. I'm assuming like at least 60% of people who went to the con got drunk and had hangovers at least once that entire con.
Besides me, I'm one of those rare 40%.
You're on the 40%, yes.
At least we made it in the toilet. I mean, we
We
can
did.
like give ourselves a
Oh,
pat on the
yeah.
back for that, because
Well,
Made
yeah,
it to the
um,
toilet.
you know, I
that's
heard
why I
stories
knew I
of
had to go
people.
back.
I had a
One of
friend
my
that,
friends
you know,
threw up in the sink.
Yep, I had a friend that threw up in the garbage can outside the elevator, and they accidentally threw up in their mask a little bit. So, not fun
Ooh.
for
Can you
them.
imagine
but
like, oof, one thing. Can you imagine throwing up in suit? Oof.
that would
Oh
not be
God,
good.
I don't want anyone thinking about
Yeah.
that.
That'd be
But
just
can we change?
disgusting and
I don't want to think about people throwing up though. We'll talk about
It's-
something else now.
yeah. I just know like
um,
it's fun. It's still fun to do. It's just not doesn't end well.
Yeah, socially.
I don't.
And I can relate to that too. Like, I'm a social drinker too. I don't really drink a whole lot often at home, and I don't know, for some reason, like if I do try drinking at home, I've been having issues, especially lately, where it's like I'll have 1 or 2 beers, then all of a sudden I'm getting like a heartburn attack or something, or I'm getting a headache, or you know. But when
Exactly.
it's with friends, it's kind of a different story. I feel like when you're with a,
It was-
a large group of people, or yeah.
Yeah. Now at Megaplex, I'm gonna just say something real quick. They have this drink called Mama, is it Bahama Mama. I think it's Bahama Mama.
Bahama Mama.
So
Oh yeah.
I don't think they put much alcohol in it, and it's just like drinking a mixed drink, but not much alcohol. I had like 10 in one day and didn't feel anything. It's $100 worth of goodness at least.
It was $10 each.
Yeah,
Damn.
but it was delicious.
But since at the end
Those
of
are
the
really
con,
good.
though, now we're gonna talk about something that we did outside the con, which unfortunately Conrad was not there. I wanted Conrad to come with us. It was where we went outside of Atlanta. Me, Andreas, and Whiplash. We went outside of Atlanta to have Korean barbecue with Colton's sisters. Holy crap, did they give us a lot of food? God,
That was so good. That was so good.
I never ate so much food in my life. And usually the best part was they don't usually do that for anybody. The only reason why we got as much food as we did at cheap as we did is because the sisters work there and they know people. We got so much meat.
Oh, wow.
They were just kept throwing at us like we were at a Brazilian steakhouse. A lot of rice in that. What was that doughy? What was that doughy thing
Oh,
that was spicy? I couldn't get enough of those. Colton, what
Oh,
were
right,
those?
It's
everything-
the
everything
rice
was so
cakes.
good.
The rice cakes.
The rice
everything was
cakes. Yes,
so-
I love that.
Why was everything so good, Colton? Everything was
Because
so
it's
good.
Asian. Because it's Asian.
It's Asian. That's Asian style food. I
It's
love Asian
true.
food though.
I love
That
Asian
was-
food. Yes.
Everything was good. Nothing was bad.
Mm-hmm. They did. To be honest with you, Colton's sisters couldn't get enough of Andreas.
Oh no, they love drag queens, and Andreas being a drag queen was like fascination for them. So it makes
yeah,
sense.
it was great. Oh, that food. And if anybody has never been to a Korean barbecue, it is so totally worth the experience. I'm still upset that Conrad couldn't come because I feel like he would have had a blast.
I can't do the sad face. But yes. What night was that?
It was
what
last night. It was
was
Sunday night.
Oh, Sunday night, yeah.
But it
That's
was
when
so good.
I
Like
was
I wasn't.
first eating at the rave.
What was it they all had? So it was steak. What was it? Brisket, steak,
Brisket, steak,
rice,
the other
lettuce
meat?
for some
Rice.
reason.
The lettuce.
The lettuce.
What was
It's
the
the lettuce
lettuce
wrap.
for?
It was a lettuce wrap.
Looked
lettuce
like
wrap.
lettuce,
Salad.
right?
wraps.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Dang it, I missed out.
Maybe next time when we go to FWA, we'll do the same thing. We'll make it a habit of doing that. Is that okay with you,
Heck
Colton?
yeah.
We go see your sisters next year for that.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
was fun,
No, that'd
actually.
be really awesome. Yeah, we can make we can actually rent out the
Well, we're
whole
in the
room if you want. We get like 2 tables.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Okay. Damn. All right. And we'll still doing the cut steakhouse too, because that was. I'm just gonna buy the pork belly next time. Screw that. That was so good.
Screw everything
That
else.
I think what we're gonna do though is only bring our closest friends. We gotta bring Dexter. Bring you guys are coming, Andreas, Colton again, his sisters, and then we'll. Well, I think we should bring Hige and Taizu. I think they would like that too.
We'll just bring close friends that we all know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
that
no
would
one
be a
else.
tradition for us at the last day of FWA where we go to eat Korean barbecue with Colton's sisters, who luckily it's worth the experience for us going anyways, because since they work there, they know people, and they just bring us the food. It was great.
They want to go next
Still
year.
taste that
They want to
brisket.
see what Furry's like. So. they're
Oh yeah,
curious.
we'll definitely bring to FWA.
Oh wait, they want to go to the Furrycon?
Yeah, they're curious about it. Yeah, that's for sure.
Do it. Especially
Yep,
if it goes
that's
to
what I
waves.
told 'em.
It's so much fun.
Yep.
Yeah, we should. That would be a
Uh-huh.
good idea.
I
Well,
don't know, I can hear my dog.
We'll convert them into one. No, we won't do that.
It seems like it's pretty easy to convert people to furries, honestly. So might as well.
Oh yeah, it was definitely that. But at the end of the day, when the con was, finally settling down, everybody was
And
going
Conrad was
home.
gone.
He disappeared. Whoops.
Yeah.
Hello. Nobody there. Sad.
Well,
That's going to suck.
we almost
but
made it through this entire podcast again without. I mean, second one. Like.
What do you
well,
mean?
two of us
You
just
crashed at the
Look,
beginning.
it just crashed. Like all our mirror is like, this went black. My screen and my index just went black, and I think it's because, for some reason. So there's a. You have index fiction or you have a quest?
I have index.
Okay, so you know that screen that's on the front of the index itself.
Mhm.
So that's where the heat distributes out of to actually cool off the fan, everything inside here,
Yeah.
and all that heat gets stuck inside of it. And I think it just like is getting to the point like something is happening inside my headset, so it's just blackening out the screens and like going to cooldown mode or something. So there's something you can buy off Amazon. There's like a little fan you can just like insert inside a little square and actually cool off the system. So I need to buy that for myself as well.
Okay.
Don't know what Conrad has. I think he has index too.
I think he does as well. So far, I'm so far the only one that hasn't crashed, but we'll see how long that lasts. I'm probably jinxing
Well-
myself here.
Nah, I think it's fine. I mean, honestly, we've talked a lot about F2A tonight. Like we talked about the
Oh,
entire weekend,
yeah.
our experiences, what to do, what not to do. Drinking is fun sociably, but that's about all.
Drink as an adult.
One thing
I don't
interesting
think that's a
about
good
furry
thing.
parties. Yeah. One thing interesting about furry furry parties is people do care about your person. Like, especially if people know that you're getting too far gone, they actually will let
Welcome
you
back.
like chill out there and just like sleep in their beds and such. Furries are much more like when it comes to just like random people, they're much more like forgiving and stuff about it because we're all just there to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So they know the situation.
When
Usually most
when
furries just chill out too
Conrad
anyways.
was drunk at my room party, I didn't think he was gonna make it. Hell, he didn't remember most of it. So I was thinking, I think I talked to Colors like maybe we should let him stay in our room, you know.
I do remember there was some stuff going on, yeah.
I was gonna be like, hell, I'll sleep on the floor.
We have done that many times too.
The only reason why I suggested that I sleep on the floor because when I'm asleep, I hog the blankets. I will take them from you in my sleep. Colton knows that too well from experiences from me. I just take blankets. And
Yeah, you
pillows.
need like a separate set of blankets for this boy over here. Can't with you.
Yay.
Aw.
I'm selfish when it comes to sleeping.
But warmness, yeah, I can't blame you. I like being warm when I'm sleeping.
All right, well, I guess that technically almost wraps up our whole episode, our first pilot episode, right?
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah, I'd say
So,
so.
FWA, explaining
Oh, yeah.
FWA.
Well, hopefully everybody who sees this enjoyed our little podcast. It was awesome talking about our experiences of FWA. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week on our second episode. We have no idea what our second episode is going to be, but we'll figure something out in the meantime. So hope to see you guys next week. Good night.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Have a good night.